How's it going, folks? Fairly okay, and I really hope you are too. And as you see, I'm doing something a little bit different. Um, so as you know, it's Monday. I'm not recording exactly the game, recording mobile game. Kind of dope. This little power wash thing happens, whatever. But as you know, it's Monday, so it's check-in day. So first of all, hope everybody's doing all right. Hope you're doing okay. Hope your week isn't going too bad. And so the subject matter of today I decided to think of was communication, which I had opened my eyes up on as of recent, and I thought it'd be a good topic. So communication being, I guess, when to know what to say. 'Cause there's always different sides of the coin, different points of view, always. And sometimes it isn't so bad to see the other side, to see what they might be about, they might be feeling, what they might be thinking. Everyone isn't wrong, everyone isn't exactly right all the time. And you got to be able to come to that understanding. And I don't think anything's wrong with that. Point being, there's a lot. Oh, cool, sweet. I don't think it matters. Point being, I don't know, like your partner just might do something that you don't exactly enjoy. It is more of a task to sit and let that bubble up and just explode on it rather than sit down and be able to have a conversation with that person. There's nothing wrong with speaking up on something, but you can always understand maybe how you might go about something. They might not exactly be a fan of how you speak with them. And that's also something to always understand. Because I know it always gets, some people misinterpret it as just like that's the hard truth, maybe, or someone you just weren't willing to accept how something is or them being honest. But understandably, it's kind of like coaching a sport. Not everybody responds the exact same way you do. So it's kind of hard to go that route, you know? Not everybody like will respond to just straight up, I guess, negative criticism or just, I guess, being hostile. Like no one would say Bill Belichick is a bad coach just because he's different from Tony Dungy. It's just different ways of going about it and understanding who you're working with, the people you're working with, talking with, whatever. So it's kind of the same way. You might feel like what you're saying is the hard truth and they kind of just need to accept it and just deal with it. But sometimes that's not always what somebody needs to hear or how they need to hear it. You know, if that, I don't know if that makes sense, you know? And understandably, at times there are some people that you just can't talk to. You just can't get through to them. And then you got to realize, you got to be able to realize to yourself that this just ain't worth it, man. This just ain't hitting. I'm sorry. You're just not doing it, fam. And it's always a hard thing to learn. It's always a tough task, but it's like worth doing the task. As I said, there's always different sides of the table, different sides of the coin, different points of view. You might feel like what you're doing isn't or is perfectly fine, is the right move, but they might feel it's absolutely detrimental and they can't stand it. And but you got to understand why. It's the same thing I hope they would for you to understand, I guess, what the problem is or why something might be the problem. So, like, there isn't like one person can't be wrong all the time, the other can't be right all the time. It doesn't work that way. It's kind of a thing, in, especially in relationships, called compromise. It's very simple. So, like, I guess a lot of things, like with parents, I believe that I spoke in the last video. Let's use my family for example. I don't have a good relationship with my family, my parents. I just don't, because they're kind of stuck in their ways and they just don't want to be better people. Um, but I've understood that I've had some downfalls. But at the same time, it took me a long time to stop beating myself up and realize that there were things obviously you need as a person growing up as like a child that my parents just didn't give or refused to give. And I shouldn't hate myself or beat myself up for it. as like as a little kid trying to figure out why at me 5 years old my parents don't want to just love me how like act normal parents should. So it was always weird as a kid seeing like TV parents and stuff, seeing them talk with their kids or all these storylines or whatever, like the Huxtables and stuff. So it was weird because to me, parents aren't actually like that. They don't actually talk to you. They don't care, but they're supposed to. So I don't know. It's just always fun to go, or always fun to think about, different thought processes, different ways to go about things. That there's sometimes people you just don't need, and that's okay. You're not an awful person. You're not a garbage human being. I'm sorry, whoever might make you feel that way, but you're doing your best. And I really hope that you get the opportunity to think and grow, and you're allowed to, and whoever you're talking to or talking with allows you to think, grow, and just become a better person that you want to be. And make sure to have those people in your life that allow you to be a better person. Because that's all that matters, man. That is really all that matters. And I really hope like you have enjoy the rest of your day, the rest of your night, and I really hope that, sit and maybe think about it. Like I guess what you want as a person, what you hope to achieve, and maybe even think about times where it was just wasn't even worth it with who you were speaking with, or just maybe the time you were taking just wasn't, I guess, enough for you, regardless. But don't hate those people. Don't be upset with those people. Just you tried your best, and that's all you can do. So I hope you practice listening and taking the time to be just a better person that you can be. Because obviously you have to put out what you want to receive, or put out. I'm sorry, it sounded weird, but you have to give what you want, what you hope to receive. So. Really appreciate you guys from stopping by, and I'm very grateful for everyone that stops by and watches the videos. I hope you enjoy the games I'm playing so far, and if there's any suggestions for games you'd like to see, or even any topics you'd like to speak about, because as I said, I always do this every Monday, just to stop in, check in, see how everybody's doing. I'm not no speech guru, I'm not nothing like that. Don't take anything I say to heart.